Three by Hill, no good. Rebound on the weak side, pulled down by Gregory. Gregory with the basketball. He'll bring it into the front court. Gregory kicks it back between the rings to Miller. Miller will circle around to the right. Now back to the left. Still with the basketball, still dribbling, the 5-second count on. Miller has the ball knocked away, scrap forward, chasing it down is Shreve. Turnover by the Indians. Shreve will bring it down the left side, hits the trailing Hutchins. Hutchins with the basketball, looks into Seaver, can't get him the basketball. Will pick up his dribble, left side of the key, looks into the cutting Fansler. Fansler bounces it back on the wing to Shreve, intercepted and stolen. Coming out there with the quick hands, Miller. Lead pass, left side, Clark. Clark goes all the way down, pulls up for a 6-footer good.
Well, the turnover turns into an easy basket on the other end as the Indians beat the Blue Devils down the floor and get a great look at it from about 8, 10, 12 feet away.
Into the lineup for Gate City comes Antoine Goff, the 5'10 junior. Also checking in Robert Clark, 6'4", a sophomore, and Everett Shepard, the 5'9 sophomore for the Blue Devils. So some substitutions being made early by Greg Irvin. And let's see, is Thacker also coming in? Indeed he is. A 5'11 senior, Mark Thacker, into the lineup. Inbounds pass comes into Thacker. He'll be picked up in backcourt by Gregory. 4-0 Dobyns Bennett. We've played just over 2 minutes. Into the front court down the right side. Thacker looks in low to a posting of Seaver. Batted away by Sharma to Miller. Miller down the left side. Miller goes all the way down. Puts it up with the left hand. No good. They scrap for the rebound. Miller comes down with it. He'll lob it back out to Gregory in the corner to Miller, and he'll circle out with the basketball. Head of the key. This will be Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh with it. Shuffles left and pops. For two, the shot short. Rebound scrap for, and coming out there with the basketball will be Shepard for Gate City. Shepard will bring it down the left side into the front court. This is Shepard going left corner to Clark. He'll get it back out front now to Thacker. Hands the ball to Shepard. We've played 3 minutes. It's 4-0 Dobyns Bennett. To the left, dribbling with the basketball will be Shepard. He'll get it back out between the rings to Thacker, who comes left side to Goff. Goff with the basketball at the center jump circle. Gets it out high between the rings to Shepard, who goes left corner now to Clark. Clark with the basketball, looking into a cutting Thacker, and it goes off his hand out of bounds.
3 straight turnovers for the Blue Devils as the Indians turn up the heat with the defense. Blue Devils also 0 for 5 from the floor.
So it will give the ball to Dobyns Bennett. 4:51 to go first quarter. 4-0 Tribe. Bringing the ball up the floor will be Matt Miller. Miller will walk it into the front court. And will come right wing to Gregory. Gregory with the basketball is going to be called for a double dribble. Gregory got the ball in the corner and is called for a double dribble. As back into the lineup comes Brian Hill for Gate City to replace Thacker. And making his first appearance for Dobyns Bennett comes Spencer Cole, the 5'11 junior. And also here comes Niley Dukes, the 6' junior, into the lineup. Sitting down will be Clark and Gregory. Do backcourt for the Indians. Inbounds pass comes in to Shepard. 4-0 Dobyns Bennett. Shepard down the left sideline, still with the basketball. Now gets the ball over to Hutchins, who's back in. Gets over to Hill, and Hill is going to step on the sideline out of bounds.
4 straight turnovers, and the Dobyns Bennett defense has pushed the Blue Devils a long, long, long way away from the basket.
And a timeout is called by Gate City. I do believe it is a 30-second, but no, it's going to be a full. Let us take a 60-second break, a 1-minute timeout with 4:28 to go first quarter. Timeout with the score, Dobyns Bennett 4, Gate City nothing.
Some of them give us a signal and some of them don't. And again, we want to thank those folks down at the hospitality suite for all the food. You've done just a tremendous job, as always.
And if by chance you do have a sandwich or two.
Oh, I didn't bring that up for that. Are you hungry already, are you?
I am hungry. A little biscuit's all I had.
And not enough then, huh? Yep. I'll tell you what I'd like to have. It's some of those veggies. I could make a meal on those veggies. That's what I need. Need to get off that heavy stuff.
Well, there's a sick puppy. Guy wearing a Ryan Leaf jersey.
Maybe that's all he's got. If he had something else, maybe he'd wear it.
He's going to wear, well. Dobyns Bennett basketball. They'll inbound it, get the ball to Miller. He'll take it down the left sideline, throws it out front to Dukes, and he's going to be fouled by Shepard.
Indian defense is pitching a shutout.
Shepard's first, team's first.
Gate City 0 for 5 from the floor with 4 turnovers, and the first almost 4 minutes of the first half, or first quarter.
You explained it, and I understand now why they played Take Me Out to the Ball Game during the break. Here's the inbounds, comes into Sensabaugh, hands the ball to Miller. He'll take it left to right between the rings. Still with the basketball, takes it back to the left and gets it on the wing to Cole. Cole will put it on the floor, and as he does so, he will be hand-checked by one of the Blue Devils. Maybe Hill. And it is. Hill will pick up his first, team foul number 2. We're about halfway through this first period. It is 4-0 Dobyns Bennett. Shreve will check into the lineup. And he will be replacing Shepard. Indians basketball. Here's the lob in, left side to Dukes. Dukes with the basketball on the wing. Kicks it in the corner to Cole. Cole will circle out. This is Cole between the rings. Works the ball on the shuffle now to Miller. Miller will get in the paint. Dishes it off left side. Throws it away. Trying to get it to Dukes over in the left corner. And threw it away out of bounds.
Well, he's about 8 feet away, right in the middle, wide open, and decides to make one more pass into the corner.
4-0 Dobyns Bennett. Into the front court down the left side. This is Shreve. Shreve has the ball knocked away, saves it. He'll now work the ball over to Hutchins. Intercepted and stolen Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh for the slam.
Slam! Bam and a jam! Up the turnover.
Sensabaugh with the dunk. It is 6-0 Dobyns Bennett.
Which is 5 straight turnovers for the Blue Devils here in this first quarter.
Into the front court, or in the back court, Shreve. He's going to get bumped and fouled by Miller. Miller will pick up his first, team's first. Skate City tried a field goal yet. 5 of them.
Yep.
They're 0 for.
Well, they had 4 of those on the first trip down the floor.
True. Joey Blackwell, a 5'10 sophomore, into the lineup for the Indians. Also, Sharma's back in. This is Shreve in the backcourt for the Blue Devils. Shreve down the left side into the front court, still with the basketball, still dribbling, has the ball knocked away into the backcourt by Blackwell. It's chased down and saved there by Shreve. Shreve then has the ball knocked away again, saved by Hutchins. Hutchins with the basketball, left side of the key. Hutchins lobs it down low to Seaver. Seaver has it blocked from behind by Sharma, but they're going to call a foul on Sharma.
Great job of posting up down low. Seaver had everybody on his hip. He had the angle. Cannot get it to go because somebody hammers him across the arm, and he'll shoot 2.
Sharma will pick up his first, team foul number 2, and in the line to shoot 2 will be Seaver. He'll try to get the Blue Devils on the board with 3:13 to go in the quarter. Seaver's first toss is in the air, good. Gate City's finally on the board after falling behind 6-0. Shepard checks in to replace Shreve for the Blue Devils. Sensabaugh is out, and he will be replaced by Jared Wooten, a 6'4 sophomore. Miller will also be checking in momentarily for Dobyns Bennett if Seaver hits this free toss. Seaver's toss, no good. Long rebound, scrap for it, chased after. Hutchins comes down with it for Gate City, gets it in the middle to Seaver. Triple team, puts it on the floor, forces it up, no good. Pull down Seaver, he'll follow it back up, no good. They scrap for it, and Wooten comes down with it for Dobyns Bennett. Outlet pass Cole. Cole down the right side, gets it into the front court. Cole, right sideline. We're inside 3 minutes to go in the period. Hands it on the shuffle to Blackwell. Blackwell will dribble to the right, pick up his dribble, needs to get rid of it. Now hands the ball on the shuffle to Dukes, and then away from the play, we have a foul called on a shove, I believe, on Seaver. No, check that. It's going to be on Hutchins. Hutchins on a shove on Sharma away from the play. Hutchins will pick up his first, team's third. Miller's into the lineup to replace Blackwell for Dobyns Bennett. Inbounds pass to be triggered in by Miller. He'll lob it out to Cole, almost knocked away by Goff. Saved, though, by Dukes along the sideline. He then bobbles it and is going to be dribbling it off the sideline. That wasn't pretty at all.
Little bumping and shoving going on, but no whistles blow, and finally he falls out of bounds, and the turnover.
Rhett Bingham, a 6'1 junior, will check into the lineup for Dobyns Bennett, as Shreve also will check in for the Blue Devils. I don't believe they're going to allow Shreve to check in.
You know, Gate City has it scratched from the floor. They're 0 for 7 now, and 5 turnovers, 1 out of 2 from a foul stripe, but that's the bad news. The good news is they just trail by 5.
6-1 with 2:35 to go. Right side Hill gets it to Hutchins. Hutchins right side of the key, looks in for a cutter. Now he'll put it on the floor. He'll drive, he'll scoop it up, can't get it to go down. Sharma with the rebound, outlet pass Cole. Cole down the left side into the front court. This is Cole picking up his dribble, throws it right side. Sharma on the wing to Bingham. Bingham with the basketball in the corner, backs out with the basketball. He'll circle all the way out to the deep right front court. Now he'll drive all the way back to the baseline, still dribbling the basketball, and there's the 5-second count.
And a couple of turnovers in a row for the Indians.
Now Shreve will come into the lineup to replace Shepard for the Blue Devils.
I tell you, these, I guess you call them warm-up suits that each team gets a couple of. I've noticed those black warm-ups with the white stripes, not all bad this year, are they? Of course, they never are.
They're sort of like the ones we got last year.
A little bit.
Shreve with the basketball will swing it across left side. They'll get it on the wing with it. This is Hutchins. Hutchins across court right side Hill. He's going to be called for a travel. And yet another turnover by the Blue Devils. Will give the ball to Dobyns Bennett with 1:51 to go in this first period of play. Into the lineup comes Sensabaugh. He will be replacing Sharma.
Charlie Morgan and the Indian defense still pitching the shutout from the field.
Into the front court will be Miller with 1:45 to go in this first quarter. This is Miller with the basketball. Dribbling right. And now a 5-second count called on Miller.
Yep, in a game of turnovers now. 6 for the Blue Devils, 5 and 6 for the Indians.
Back-to-back turnovers by the Indians on 5-second violations. 6-1 it stays with 1.5 to go in the period. Right side with the basketball. This will be Shreve. Gets it out high to Fansler, who circles around to the left. Fansler lobs it in the middle to Hill. Hill will kick it left side to Hutchins. Hutchins with the basketball. Kicks it back out to Hill, head of the key. He'll throw it back in low. Right block spinning Seaver. 6-footer gut.
Finally, with his back to the basket, spin into the lane with a little rudder.
Quickly into the front court, the Indians. This is Cole. Cole with the basketball, swings it around right side to Bingham. Bingham still with it. Now gets it on the right sideline to Miller. Miller to Sensabaugh. He'll drive the into the paint behind the back pass. He tried that yesterday. This one's knocked away by the Blue Devils. Scrap four saved by Sensabaugh, and then a whistle and a foul will be called against the Blue Devils. I believe Charlie Morgan wants a timeout. The foul will be assist against on Fansler. That'll be his first, team's fourth. Well, I thought that he was wanting a timeout because he had walked almost to the other end of the floor. 52.1 seconds to go to trigger the inbound Miller. He'll lob it out to Cole. Cole with the basketball, puts it on the floor. Along the sideline, goes baseline, picks up his dribble. And now steps on the inline. It'll give the ball back to Gate City.
I'm going to say this is great defense by both teams.
You can say that. In backcourt with it down the right side, this is Shreve. Shreve yet to get it in the front court. He does. Well, you might have understood this in the 9 o'clock game, but this is the noon game. This is Goff throwing it in low to Hutchins. Last touch out of bounds by Wooten. It'll belong to Gate City underneath their own basket.
Indians are 3 of 6 from the field, but after making a couple of big shots early, they've turned it over 7 times.
They haven't scored in a while, either team. Well, Gate City just scoring a minute ago, but Dobyns Bennett hasn't scored in a while as here comes Gregory into the lineup. Inbounds pass to be triggered by Goff. Gets it in right side Seaver. Works it to Fansler, who gets it out at the center jump circle to Shreve. Shreve drives left, picks up his dribble. Gets it on the left wing to Goff. Goff will go left to right and gets it right side to Shreve with 20 seconds to go. Shreve with the basketball and back to Goff between the rings. 16 seconds to go. This is Goff. He'll go left side Fansler. Then away from the play, we have a foul called, and they're going to call an illegal pick on Hutchins. Hutchins' second, team foul number 5.
We'll have to use a calculator to total up the first quarter totals, will we?
I wouldn't think. Robert Clark will check in for Hutchins with 13.9 seconds to go in this first period of play. It is 6-3 Dobyns Bennett. Bringing the ball up will be Matt Miller. Miller down the left side into the front court. This is Miller to the wing. Miller spinning with 8 seconds. Miller now driving right, whistle, and what do we got? We've got a foul on a hand check on Shreve. On Shreve, that'll be his first, team foul number 6. As here comes into the lineup for Dobyns Bennett Jeff Shugart. Shugart, a 6-foot senior, is into the lineup to replace Bingham. To trigger it in, Gregory gets it into Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh will put it on the floor, kicks it back. Gregory, left corner for 3. Shot won't drop, rebound pull down Wooten. He'll put it up at the buzzer, no good. And that'll be the end, mercifully, of this first period of play. We'll take a 60-second break, but telling you the score after 1 quarter. It's Dobyns Bennett 6, Gate City 3. Back here at Viking Hall, we get ready to start the second period. 4 points by Sensabaugh, the sixth scored by Dobyns Bennett. All 3 points by the Blue Devils in the first quarter scored by Justin Seaver. That's where we stand, 6-3 Dobyns Bennett. We start the second period, Indians with the basketball. Right side, Sensabaugh works it out front to Wooten. Wooten will swing it left side. Cole batted away and out of bounds by Shreve. It'll remain Dobyns Bennett basketball, side front court. Cole to trigger the inbound. Yet to get it in. Now we'll bounce it into Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh with the basketball. He'll shuffle to the left. He'll kick it down along the baseline to Gregory, who has the ball knocked away and out of bounds. Last touched by Gregory, so it will go to Gate City on the turnover.
Threw it behind Gregory just a little bit. He tried to change directions and reach back and get it, but lost control out of bounds. And turnover number 8 for the Indians.
How was the shooting in that first period?
Oh, I'm sorry, 3 of 8. Indians, 38%. 1 of 9. Blue Devils, 11%. Blue Devils 1 out of 2 from the charity stripe, and that's all that were made.
Clark will put it up from the right side, no good, but gets fouled as he gets the feed from Seaver. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And the Blue Devils with 7 turnovers, and I just told you that the Indians had 8. I'll wake up, but just punch me a little bit.
Fouls on Wooten. That's his first, team's third. To the line to shoot 2 will be Robert Clark. First shot by Clark is no good as it pops out. Here comes Sharma. Here comes Miller into the lineup for Dobyns Bennett, replacing Wooten and Gregory. So another toss coming up for the Devils. Clark. Toss in the air by Clark. Rattles, drops. He hits 1 of 2. It's a 6-4 game, 30 seconds into the second quarter. Right side, Cole goes baseline, kicks it in the middle, knocked away, scrap for, stolen. Coming out there with it will be Clark, hands the ball to Shreve. Here comes the Blue Devils with a chance to tie. This is Shreve down the left side with the basketball, kicks it in low, spinning Seaver. Seaver will force it up from the left side, off the glass, no good. Coming down with the rebound, Sensabaugh. He'll work the ball to Miller.
If we were playing football, we'd have 2 safeties and a touchdown with a missed extra point.
Here's Sensabaugh driving to the hole, laying it up and in.
That'll take care of that as he puts it on the floor with the left hand, and he flies right on by.
Sensabaugh was 6 of the Indians' 8. It's 8-4 Dobyns Bennett. Here's the kick down low to Clark. Loses the handle on the basketball. Is getting a hand in there was Clark of Dobyns Bennett. Pulled out there by Sharma. He'll get the ball to Clark, over to Miller, and Miller will bring it down the left side in the front court. Left wing Cole tries to get it in low. Batted away by Shreve. Saved from going out of bounds by Shreve, who gets the ball into Seaver. He'll hand the ball to Fansler. Good effort there by Shreve.
Indeed. In the passing lane, shows a lot of quickness and shows a lot of court presence to get it back on the inbounds to one of his teammates.
Fansler will take it down the right side, go to the baseline. Now we'll kick it across left side to Clark. Clark will pull up for a little fall away, 6-footer, no good. They scrap for the rebound, and coming out there with it will be Clark for Dobyns Bennett. He'll get the ball to Miller and make that Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh down the left side in the front court. He'll take it left to right, puts it up from in front. Good.
Sensabaugh goes to work for the Indians. This time with a little running one-hander.
And a timeout will be called by Gate City. And this one, I believe, will just be a 30-second timeout with 6:06 to go in this first half of play. Dobyns Bennett with a 4-point run to open up a 6-point lead at 10-4. Neither team shooting the ball exceptionally well, but none the same. Dobyns Bennett with the 6-point advantage early. The winner of this one to play at 10:30 tomorrow morning. The loser will be out of the Arby's Classic. Earlier today, Daniel Boone defeated Tabernacle Baptist out of the Bahamas, 57-52, and then it was Brentwood Academy defeating Tennessee High, 56-46. Daniel Boone and Brentwood Academy will play the 9 o'clock game tomorrow morning. So it'll be Gate City basketball rear court. To trigger it in will be Hill. Hill will bounce it into Shepard, who loses it. Saved from going out of bounds, though, by Clark for Dobyns Bennett. He throws it into Sensabaugh for a 15-footer. Rims out, no good. Coming down with the rebound, Seaver. Seaver will work the ball over to Goff. Goff down the right side into the front court. Really dogged there by Duke. Still dribbling. Takes it down the right side. Bounces across left side. Goes off the ankle of Clark for Gate City, then off the shoulder of Sharma out of bounds. It'll remain Gate City basketball underneath their own hoop. Into the lineup comes Thacker for Gate City. He will be replacing Goff. 5:47 to go. Inbounds pass comes in, knocked away. Saved from going out of bounds by Clark for Gate City, but he throws it right back into Sharma. To Miller, yet another turnover by the Blue Devils. To Sensabaugh driving, laying it up, no good, but they're going to call the block on Seaver.
The Indians with another steal. Take it down the left side. Quickly get it to the midcourt stripe. Get down low to Sensabaugh, who's gone to work on the offensive end. He'll lay it up a little bit strong, but he gets shoved from behind.
I'm going to tell you what. Somebody's turned the air conditioning on in this place today.
Either that or they've left the back door open again.
It's a bit nipply as the toss in the air by Sensabaugh is good.
I think it's just downright cold. But that's what I get for thinking.
Well, maybe we'll start heating it up here in a short bit. Of course, this first half of play here has I think a little bit to do with the temperature in here. Sensabaugh's first one's good, his second one's in the air, and it is good.
Well, maybe the temperature has something to do with the play.
Maybe. 12-4 Dobyns Bennett. 10 of the 12 being scored by Sensabaugh. This is Clark for the Blue Devils with the basketball picked up by Clark of the Indians. Driving left heel, he'll lay it off the glass. Good.
Oh, he made a nifty little move. Put it on the floor. Take it down the right side as he slides and rides.
It is 12-6 Dobyns Bennett. To the left side will be Miller in the corner. Clark for three.
Oh, there goes downtown on the Indians. Flips the lemming.
Jeremy Clark with the three. It is 15-6 Dobyns Bennett. In backcourt with the basketball. Thacker has it stolen away. Clark down the left side. Clark to the hole for the layup. No good. Rebound pulled out Thacker. Check that Shepard. Shepard for Gate City into the front court. This is Shepard. Ball knocked away from behind by Dukes and out of bounds. It'll remain Gate City basketball. They'll have it in court underneath their own basket. Here comes Zeke Fugit into the lineup. He's a 6'4 sophomore for Gate City. Inbounds pass comes in right corner. Seaver works the ball now to Shepard. Back in the corner to Hill. Hill shuffles around right to left, picks up his dribble. Now works it out high to Thacker. Thacker works it across now to Fugit. Fugit with the basketball head of the key. Throws it inside to a cutting Shepard. Ball knocked away. Scrap forward coming out of there with it is Clark for Dobyns Bennett. Clark will bring it into the front court, pick up his dribble, gets it left side to Miller. Miller left to right, head of the key, circles right, spins left. Still dribbling. Now dribbles right. Needs to get rid of it and doesn't get rid of it in 5 seconds. That's the third time in this first half that the Indians have been guilty of the 5-second violation.
Blue Devils with 12 turnovers and 6 points. Indians 15 turnovers and now 15 points and 11 turnovers.
Dobyns Bennett up 9, 15-6 into the front court. This is Shreve. He'll go left side on the wing now. Goff with the basketball. Floats it across to Shreve. Shreve right to left, head of the key, circles around to the left, picks up his dribble, gets it out between the rings, and goes right side. Fugit on the wing to Goff, knocked away and out of bounds by Jeremy Clark of the Indians. Spencer Cole will check in for Dobyns Bennett to replace Matt Miller. So it will be Gate City basketball, side front court. Inbounds comes in to Shreve. Shreve with the basketball. Shreve right to left between the rings, kicks it on the left wing. Now we'll kick it down low to Goff. Goff along the baseline. Goff has the ball knocked away and stolen. Sensabaugh comes out there with it. Sensabaugh down the right sideline. Sensabaugh spins baseline. Backs out of the corner, now throws it down low underneath. This will be Salyers who's checked in. His shot taken, it is blocked. Tony Salyers taking the shot. The 6'2 junior has it rejected from behind. The Blue Devils come the other way, have a man all alone. That's Fugit for the layup. Good.
Yeah,
and he was fouled.
The Indians get lost on defense. He's standing wide open down there for a week. Coach Charlie Morgan takes a long walk and says, how in the world could that happen, boys?
See who the foul's on. And still no indication on who the foul was on. Here it goes against Salyers. Salyers will pick up his first, team foul number 4, and at the line trying to convert the three-point play will be Zeke Fugit. Toss by Fugit is no good. Rebound Sharma for Dobyns Bennett. 15-8, Dobyns Bennett on top. 3:35 to go first half. This is Cole in the front court right, spinning left, backdoor cutting Clark, gets the feed, pulls up at the baseline, dishes it down inside to Wooten, who passes it to Sharma, has it knocked away, saved though by Cole, and as Cole gets in the paint, he's going to be called for a travel. About 4 too many passes there.
Yeah. Unselfish play cost him another turnover.
Gate City will have it in rear court with 3:24 to go in his first half. Inbounds pass comes into Shreve. Shreve double team, splits the defenders, has the ball knocked away, and then they call a foul. This one may go against Cole, and it will. This will be on Spencer Cole, his first, team foul number 5. So Gate City will maintain possession, side rear court with 3:21 to go in the first half. 15-8 in favor of Dobyns Bennett. And this is Shreve. Shreve in backcourt will bring it down the left side into the front court. Takes it all the way to the wing. Down drives baseline, gets underneath the Fugit. They'll swing it around left side. Hill for three from the left extension. Good. Brian Hill nails the tray.
Good ball movement this time by the Blue Devils as they take it all the way around the horn and nothing but the bottom of the sack.
So cold in here, I sneezed. 15 twice. 15-11. The lead trimmed to 4. Here's a feed Wooten. Turnaround 12-footer. No good. Rebound pulled out down low. Thacker for Gate City. So the Blue Devils have been kind of hibernating here in this first half. Now starting to pick it up a little bit, and they've trimmed it to 4. Driving, Shreve to the hole, gets fouled.
Made a great move. Started at the foul stripe, spin down the lane, take it to the bank. It doesn't roll, but he'll shoot 2.
It'll go against Jeremy Clark. That's his first, team foul number 6. And at the line to shoot will be Nathan Shreve, a pair. So Shreve to shoot the free tosses with 2:35 to go in the first half. Toss in the air by Shreve, good. Into the lineup for Dobyns Bennett comes Dukes, Sensabaugh, and Miller back in for the Tribe. And a chance here for Shreve to cut the lead to 2. They've trailed by as many as 9. This is a 6-point run by Gate City as they trail 15-6, and Shreve misses the second one. There's Sensabaugh nearly having the rebound, but then it is knocked away and out of bounds. And they say last touched by Dobyns Bennett, I do believe. It's going to be Gate City basketball underneath their own hoop. And it sure looked like Thacker may have gotten the last touch on it, but none the same. Gate City will have it underneath their own hoop to trigger it in Hill. Hill gets it in right corner to Thacker. I should say that it was Clark that I thought last touched it for Gate City. That's Clark in the left corner with the basketball. Gets it out to Thacker. Thacker in the middle to Shepard, who throws it down low to Fugit. And another pass too many. Coming out of there with it on the steal will be Dukes. Dukes pulls up and pops a 15-footer. That's short, no good. Dukes follows his missed shot and lays it up and in.
Just as you're supposed to do. He's fired up there. You're supposed to go after your rebound. He does just that. He'll claim a big rebound for the Indians in the basket.
17-12. Working the ball up the floor as Hill has the ball knocked away and out of bounds by a reaching in Dukes. It'll remain Gate City basketball, side front court. Trigger the inbounds. Hill does so to Clark along the left sideline. Clark double team back to Hill. Hill will go all the way. Hill for the layup. Good.
Oh, he made a good quick move down the right side as he roars, soars, and scores for the Blue Devils.
17-14. Dobyns Bennett pulling up for 3. This is Matt Miller. Shot won't drop. Long carry comes out to Gregory along the baseline. He's going to be bumped out of bounds by Shepard, and that'll be a foul on Shepard. Shepard will pick up his second. That is team foul number 8, and it'll be a 1-and-1 coming up for Gregory. Stops the clock with 1:48 to go in this first half. Toss is in the air. It is good. And Gregory will get another. Here comes Shreve back in and Seaver back in for Gate City. And the second toss in the air is no good. Rebound pulled out in low by Clark for Gate City. Gets the ball to Shreve. The Blue Devils down 4. They got the basketball. Shreve to the right. Picks up his dribble. Bounces it into Seaver. He'll spin baseline. Force it up over Sensabaugh. Good.
Big power move as he takes it along the baseline on the right side.
Seaver has 5. Quickly on the other end. Gregory, right wing, will skip it across left side. Dukes. Dukes with the basketball. Throws up the 18-footer. Good. Dukes with the bucket. He's got 4, and the lead's back to 4, 20-16. With the basketball, this is Shreve. Shreve into the front court. Circles out with the basketball. Gets it out between the rings now to Hill. Hill puts it on the floor. Stops and pops. 13-footer won't drop. Rebound pulled out in low. Coming out there with the basketball, Dukes. Outlet pass Miller. Miller will go all the way down. Lay it up with the left hand. Good.
Miller gets a basket. Dukes with a great outlet pass. 3/4 court pass. Right on the money. And he'll take it to the house.
Quickly on the other end, Shreve has the ball batted away and out of bounds by the trailing Sharma. Good effort by Sharma to come up behind Shreve and knock the ball away. The bucket by Miller a minute ago, his first points. Here comes Shepard and Goff back into the lineup. Also Fansler into the lineup for Gate City. 22-16 Dobyns Bennett, 55.2 seconds to go. As Gate City will have it underneath their own basket. Shepard to trigger the inbounds. Does so to inbounds to Seaver, who puts it up from in low. Shot no good. Coming out with the rebound, Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh will bring it down the right side. Sensabaugh shuffles, kicks it back to Miller. Miller at the center jump circle, dribbling to the left. 43 seconds to go in the half. 6-point Dobyns Bennett lead. This is Miller dribbling, has the ball knocked away and out of bounds, last touched by Goff. It'll belong to Dobyns Bennett, side front court. Science Hill and Campus Magnet of the Bronx, New York coming up after this one. Inbounds to be triggered by Miller, gets it into Gregory, who hands it back to Miller. Miller will take it left to right between the rings, dribbles back to the left. Still with the basketball, now takes it back right, picks up his dribble, goes left wing to Gregory. Gregory will get it back out front to Miller. Miller with the basketball, gets it over right side. Driving down the right sideline will be Dukes. He'll kick it back into the middle from the baseline, throws it away. Intercepted and stolen. Goff comes out of there with the basketball. Goff for the Blue Devils with 10 seconds to go. Goff throws it in the paint. Seaver down low underneath, intending his pass for Clark. Stolen away by Miller, saved from going out of bounds. Seaver for three at the buzzer.
Oh, and it goes downtown. Leo Brown.
Justin Seaver nails the three from the right corner at the buzzer, and that'll be the end of the first half of play. We will take a timeout by telling you the score at the half is Dobyns Bennett 22, Gate City 19. Make this a three, Joe.
Yeah.
This is a three, Joseph. $11, $18, $19, $6, $8, $18, $22. Just go out there and perform. Back here at Viking Hall, it is halftime of our third game of the day, and it finds the Dobyns Bennett Indians leading Gate City 22-19 in a game that has seen Dobyns Bennett lead by as many as 9. But a big three at the buzzer by Justin Seaver from the right corner trims the lead to 3 here at halftime by a count of 22-19. Both teams getting off to slow starts. It was 6-3 at the end of the first quarter. But Dobyns Bennett outscores Gate City by a count of, actually both teams score 16 points in that second period. And that's where we stand here at the half, 22-19. 19. Take a look at the individual scoring. First for Gate City, they are led by Justin Seaver, who has 8, including that buzzer-beating 3 there at the end of the first half. Brian Hill with 7, Zeke Fugit with 2, Robert Clark and Nathan Shreve with 1 apiece. For the Dobyns Bennett Indians, they are led in scoring by Gerald Sensabaugh. He's got 10 in his first half. Jeremy Clark with 5, Niley Dukes with 4, 2 points for Matt Miller, and Jansen Gregory had a point for Dobyns Bennett.
And shooting percentages. After the Blue Devils make only 1 of 9 in the first quarter, they make 6 of 10 in the second quarter. So they end up with the first half 7 of 19 from the field and 37%. Only 3 of 7 from the charity stripe, 43% there. Guys, you got to make your free ones. 2 of 3, 67% from three-point range for Gate City, including the last one that beat the buzzer at halftime. And the Blue Devils with 14 first half turnovers. For the Indians, they start out shooting 3 of 8 in the first quarter, 6 of 12 in the second quarter. In the first half, they're 9 of 20 and 45%. They make 3 out of 4 from the charity stripe, 75% there. 1 out of 4, 25% from three-point range. And Dobyns Bennett and the Indians with 13 first half turnovers.
And so at the half, it's a 3-point game, another outstanding and entertaining game at halftime. Not a whole lot of scoring, but indeed, Dobyns Bennett up by 3 after they led by 9 at 15 to 6. So it was a 13-7 run from that point on. 22-19, Dobyns Bennett up 3. Here at halftime, the winner to go on to play the 10:30 game tomorrow morning against the winner of our next game coming up between Science Hill and Campus Magnet. And the loser will be out of the 2000 Arby's Classic. We will take a break. We're back with more as we continue from here at Viking Hall. Again, at the half, it is Dobyns Bennett 22, Gate City 19. We'll be back right after this timeout. Make this a 3, Joe. What are we looking like spot-wise? Oh, that's good. As long as we're even or so. Hey. For tomorrow. No, there's not a game till Saturday night, Saturday afternoon. For ETSU.
Well, is Don Hillman there?
He'll be there by 3. He's got to do my show.
Check with him and tell him to check the schedule, see what we did wrong on those babies.
Because the ETSU doesn't play till Saturday afternoon. All right.
They don't play tomorrow and Saturday, do they?
Do what? I'm not. I'm gone. I know. I hear you. I know. You're lucky you got the formats. I forgot about them. I just happened to come in there at 12 o'clock this morning at midnight and make copies for you. I'm not real keen on that system yet.
Hey, Jan, just move those to Saturday if we don't have a game tomorrow.
No, it's Saturday afternoon, James Madison. All right.
Must have been looking at 2003.
Well, now your question was, could I make it to 3 o'clock with Canada, and White Station will take on the Sabonis Basketball School out of Kaunas, Lithuania in the nightcap tonight. As we put the wraps on our third day of the Arby's Classic today. And, of course, tomorrow we're back with you bright and early at 9 o'clock. 6 games for you tomorrow, as we'll have Daniel Boone taking on Brentwood Academy in the first game. The two winners, the winner of this game and the winner of the Science Seal game, will be playing each other in our second game tomorrow. Then we'll have a couple of games involving the losers of our quarterfinal matches this evening. And, of course, then we'll take a rather extended break tomorrow afternoon and get ready for the semifinals tomorrow night at 7 and at 8:30. It all leads up to Championship Saturday here at the Arby's Classic. And we'll start things off our coverage with the consolation game. So it will be, to start the second half, Gate City basketball. And Gate City will have it. They'll trigger the inbounds to Shreve. Shreve double-teamed in backcourt, gets the ball to Fansler. It goes through his hands and is stolen away by Sensabaugh. Down low to Miller. Miller loses the handle. Coming out there with it will be Hutchins for the Blue Devils. We played 13 seconds and they had 2 turnovers.
Just start the second half like we did the first half.
Left side will be Shreve to Hutchins, in the middle Seaver, and over Seaver's back. Knocking the ball away is Sharman. He'll be assessed the foul. Sharma's second, team foul number 1. For the Indians, it's Gregory, Miller, Sharma, Sensabaugh, and Clark. For Gate City, it is Miller, Seaver, Fansler, Shreve, and Hutchins. Hutchins in the paint on the inbound, puts it up from in front, no good. Rebound, Seaver. Seaver will force it back up, good, and he was fouled.
Blue Devils climb a big offensive rebound as they go to work down low on the boards. Get a big basket and a foul.
It's going to go against Sharma. That's his third. Team foul number 2, and at the line with a chance to tie this game up for the first time this evening will be Justin Seaver. Seaver's toss is good. He's got 11. We are tied at 22. Quickly into the front court, left side with the basketball, pulling up Clark for the 10-footer. Good! Jeremy Clark hits it from the left baseline. Backcourt with the basketball, Miller gets the ball into the front court to Seaver. 24-22. To the left side will be Miller. He'll get it in the corner to Hutchins. Hutchins looks in for a cutter, lobs it back out instead to Shreve. Shreve will circle to the right. Dribble back to the left, and now gets it on the left side of the key to Hutchins. On the wing to Seaver, looking into the cutting Hill. Hill with the basketball. He'll put it on the floor. Lobs it in the middle to Hutchins. Hutchins back in the corner. Hill for 3 in the lead. The shot by Hill rims out, no good. They scrap for the rebound, and coming out there with it for the Indians will be Gregory. Gregory down the right side picks up his dribble, hands the ball along the sideline to Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh between the legs dribble, loses the handle on it. Coming out there with it is Fansler. Outlet to Shreve. Shreve down the right side. Shreve back across court, left side. Hill for the layup, no good. They scrap for the rebound. It's Sensabaugh. Lobbing it into the front court to Gregory. Gregory down the left side in the front court. This is Gregory. Hits the trailing Miller, head of the key. Miller will throw up the 3. Shot by Miller. Bang!
Nobody goes out to guard him. He said, boys, you're not going to come out here. I'm going to knock one home from downtown.
He's got 5, and so after Gate City had tied the game up at 22, 5 unanswered here by the Indians, and now here is Fansler dribbling the ball out of bounds. It'll belong to Dobyns Bennett underneath their own basket, and a timeout is being called by Gate City with 6:19 to go in this third period. It's a full. We'll take a 60-second break. 6:19 to go, third quarter. The score, Dobyns Bennett 27, Gate City 22. Those East Tennessee State spots, oh, she said they pop up for tomorrow, didn't they?
Yeah. I don't know how we could get screwed up that bad. Tomorrow is the 29th.
Yep.
Not the 30th, the 29th.
Yep, the game's the 30th.
I know what it was at first. Some of them, remember when we got the first schedule, they said the 29th.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
This is going to be making me pucker up here if I... Golly. Whew. Dobyns Bennett basketball. They'll get it into Dukes, who's on the floor now for the Indians. He'll work the ball to Miller. Miller between the rings will swing it around left side to Clark. Clark picked up defensively by Fansler. Gets it out front now to Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh gets it in the middle to Sharma. Sharma's going to be grabbed by Shepard of the Blue Devils. Shepard will pick up his third. Team foul number 1.
Not a bad foul. Sharma had the angle. He was ready to take it to the house. But Shepard says, I don't think so. We're going to grab you and hold you.
So it'll be Dobyns Bennett basketball. Here's Dukes lobbing it in. Miller right side for 3. Shot by Miller long. No good. Rebound pulled out Seaver for the Blue Devils. Gets the ball to Fansler. Fansler dogged in backcourt by Miller. Brings it down the right sideline into the front court. Fansler dishes it down inside, trying to get it to Hutchins, and going over Hutchins' back and knocking it away and picking up the foul, I believe, will be Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh will pick up personal number 1. That is team foul number 3 here in this second half. Inbounds pass to be triggered in by Shepard. Gets it into Hutchins in the paint. He'll work it back right side Shreve. He'll drive, kick it left side Seaver to the hole for the
slam! Bam, jam!
Two-handed throw down by Seaver. He's got 13. It's a 3-point Dobyns Bennett lead. Here's Sensabaugh into the front court between the rings. Sensabaugh dribbles to the left and pops. 15-footer, left it short. Rebound Seaver. Seaver with the basketball. Gets the ball to Shreve. Shreve will bring it into the front court. Here's Shreve at the head of the key, dribbling around to the left. Now will circle out with the basketball. Gets it out front, Fansler. Fansler dribbling around to the right. Fansler gets it out front now to Hutchins. Hutchins with the basketball. Gives it to Shreve, who cuts down the paint, lays it up. Can't get it to go down. Rebound ripped out in low by Miller for Dobyns Bennett. Miller with the basketball. Miller down the right side into the front court. Miller down the right sideline. Takes it all the way to the baseline. Dogged there by Shreve. Circles out with the basketball and gets it to Dukes, head of the key. Shot by Dukes for 3. Bang!
The Indians beginning to light it up from outside. They're 2 out of 3 in the third quarter.
30-24. Down the right side, this is Shreve. Shreve then has the ball knocked away from behind by Miller, stolen away by Clark. Clark in the front court hits Miller. Miller across court, right side, Dukes, 15-footer, yes!
Oh, the Indians are cooking now!
This is a 10-2 run. Here's an inbounds knocked away and out of bounds by Jeremy Clark.
3 turnovers for the Blue Devils already in this quarter. They have 17 for the game.
Salyers and Wooten check in for Dobyns Bennett. Here comes Clark, Goff, Thacker, all checking in for Gate City. .441 to go third period, an 8-point Dobyns Bennett lead. After Gate City had scrapped back from 9 down to tie the game, here's Goff, Willie Dog, gets the ball back to Hill. Hill down the right side, throws it into the front court to Seaver. Seaver with the basketball, hits the trailing Goff. Goff will circle out, get it between the rings to Thacker. He'll run the point, gets it in the middle to Seaver, and then from behind Seaver, he will be shoved by Wooten. Wooten will pick up his second, team foul number 4, as Sharma comes in to replace Wooten in the lineup for Dobyns Bennett. Inbounds pass comes in right side in the corner. This will be Seaver, who gets it right sideline to Goff. Throws it across court save left side. Hill for 3. Left it short. Rebound pulled down in low. Dobyns Bennett had it for a moment. It's knocked away, and it's knocked away right to Jeremy Clark of the Indians. He'll work the ball over to Miller down the left side into the front court. Miller pulls up on the wing, shuffles in, drives, has a shot blocked. Chased down, saved by Miller in the corner. Miller with the basketball now circling out. Takes it all the way to the center jump circle. Gets it down right or left side of the paint to Sharma, who puts it up. Blocked by Seaver. Coming out of there with it is Thacker for the Devils. He'll hand the ball to Hill, and Hill will bring it in the front court. Hill will dribble to the left. Takes it baseline and pops. 5-footer by Hill. Good.
He made a good move as he takes it down the left side. Take it all the way to the bank for the Blue Devils.
32-26. Dobyns Bennett up 6 with 3.5 to go in the third period. Driving right all the way underneath will be Miller, and he's going to get grabbed as he drives down the right side of the lane. Foul goes against Brian Hill. That'll be his second. Team foul number 2 of the half. Here comes Spencer Cole in the lineup for Dobyns Bennett. Here comes Hutchins back in for Gate City. 32-26 Dobyns Bennett. 3.5 to go third period. To trigger the inbound, Dukes gets it in right side to Clark in the middle. All alone, Sensabaugh for a 10-footer.
Great ball moving Indians. Sensabaugh flashes wide open in the paint and nothing but the webbing.
He's got 12. Here's the inbounds to Hill. Now he's double teamed in the corner. Gets the ball to Hutchins along the sideline. Gets the ball to Goff. He'll bring it in the front court. Right corner to Clark. Back to the cutting Goff. Loses the handle on it. Saved by Hutchins. He loses the handle on it. Coming out there with the basketball will be Dukes. He then has the ball knocked away by Goff, but coming up with it is Cole for the Indians. Cole drives right. Cole underneath, kicks it back into the middle, has it intercepted by Clark, and as they scrap for the rebound, Clark is going to be fouled, or as they scrap for the basketball, Clark is going to be fouled by Salyers.
18 turnovers now for the Blue Devils and 16 for the Indians.
Salyers will pick up his second team foul number 5 as Gregory will check into the lineup. He replaces Cole. 34 turnovers combined for the two teams. Now on the left sideline, this is Hill, gets it into the front court to Thacker. Thacker drives all the way down and gets hammered by Salyers. Salyers will pick up his third, team foul number 6, and Thacker probably going to the line to shoot 2.
Blue Devils against the Indian full court pressure. They beat the pressure by throwing it over the top to the midcourt stripe, and just like that, they had the numbers 2-on-1 and a foul.
So Thacker to shoot the 2 free throws. A toss by Thacker is no good. Into the lineup for the Indians comes Matt Miller. He is going to be replacing Gregory, and here comes now Seaver into the lineup to replace Clark for Gate City. So at the stripe to shoot another one will be Thacker. Toss up, toss is good. Thacker hits 1 of 2, his first point of the afternoon, 34-27 in favor of Dobyns Bennett. With the basketball right side, Miller puts it on the floor, it goes all the way to the baseline and pops. 10-footer by Miller, left it short, rebound scrap for Seaver, comes out there with it for Gate City. Seaver gets the ball to Thacker. Thacker will get the ball ahead to Hill. Hill down the right sideline into the front court, still with the basketball on the right wing, throws it out front, now swings it all the way around left wing to Thacker. Thacker lobs it down low on the block to Hutchins. Hutchins with the basketball double team, has the ball knocked away, jump ball, possession arrow belongs to Dobyns Bennett. 34-27 Dobyns Bennett with 2:26 to go, third quarter. Here's a long pass to the time stripe to Gregory. He'll bring it down the left sideline, get it down inside spinning. This is Salyers. He tumbles and will be called for a travel. He loses his footing. And the turnover will give the ball back to Gate City in rear court.
Might have got a little help.
This has been a turnover game. Here now is the inbounds to Goff as he starts to fall out of bounds, throws it off the foot of Niley Dukes out of bounds. It'll remain Gate City basketball.
Yeah, 19 now for the Blue Devils and 17 for the Indians.
34-27 Dobyns Bennett. Down the left side on the wing, this is Shreve. He'll get it out front between the rings to Hill. He'll go right to left.